Maestro. Maestro is a terrifying version of the Hulk who rules over a destroyed future world. He's not just strong, but also incredibly smart, using his intelligence in the most dangerous way possible. Unlike the original Hulk, who struggles with his anger but tries to be good, Maestro fully embraces his dark side. He's brutal, merciless, and controls his people with an iron fist. His story is one of power, destruction, and the terrifying potential of what the Hulk could become if he lost all his morality. Maestro's rise to power began after a devastating nuclear war wiped out most of Earth's superheroes. With radiation filling the air, his body absorbed even more gamma energy, making him stronger than ever. Meanwhile, humanity was on the edge of extinction, struggling to survive in the ruins of civilization. Bruce Banner, however, was kept in stasis by the organization AIM, who wanted to use him for experiments. When he finally escaped, he traveled across the wastelands and arrived at Dystopia, a city built on the ruins of New York. There, he found it ruled by Maestro, a future version of himself who'd completely given in to his darkest impulses. When the Hulk first encountered Maestro, he mistook him for Hercules. The two engaged in a violent battle, but Hercules overpowered him. At first, Hulk appears to accept defeat, but he secretly plans his revenge. He tricked Hercules using vapor, a villain who could turn into a poisonous gas. With his plan, the Hulk managed to kill Hercules and take control of Dystopia, assuming his role as the city's new ruler. However, instead of leading with kindness, he became an even worse tyrant, showing his true, cruel nature. As Dystopia's ruler, Maestro faced resistance from citizens who refused to bow to him. To crush rebellions, he created robotic enforcers called the Dogs of War. Despite this, heroes like Rick Jones and his allies still fought against him. They even used a powerful weapon built by Forge to try to kill him, but Maestro's strength had grown too immense, and he survived. He later joined forces with the villain Dr. Doom, further increasing his power. With every passing year, he continued absorbing radiation, making him stronger than the Hulk ever was. The more power he gained, the more unstoppable he became, proving that he was truly the most dangerous version of the Hulk to ever exist. Devil Hulk. The Devil Hulk is a dark and malevolent personality of Bruce Banner, embodying his deepest anger, hatred, and resentment. Unlike the other Hulk personas, Devil Hulk is not just a creature of rage, but a cunning and manipulative force with a clear goal: destroying those who've hurt Bruce. He's not simply a monster, but a terrifyingly intelligent entity that lurks in Bruce's subconscious, waiting for an opportunity to take control. When it comes to appearance, Devil Hulk stands out with his reptilian features, glowing red eyes, and snake-like traits. His design has changed over time, but he's always depicted as more sinister than other Hulks. Unlike Savage Hulk, who represents Bruce's childlike innocence, Devil Hulk is a calculated and vengeful being. His presence in Bruce's mind is like a shadow, constantly whispering temptations and seeking to break free. Devil Hulk first emerged when Bruce used a machine to explore his own mind. Deep within his subconscious, he found the Devil Hulk imprisoned in chains. The creature promises Bruce protection and strength in exchange for freedom, but Banner refuses, sensing the dangerous nature of the entity. Despite being locked away, Devil Hulk remains a powerful force, influencing Bruce's actions from the shadows. His powers make him one of the strongest Hulk personalities. He possesses immense strength, stamina, and the ability to detect lies, making him a master manipulator. In the Immortal Hulk series, Devil Hulk was revealed to be stronger than even the Green Scar, the version of Hulk from the World War Hulk. His intelligence and strategic mind set him apart from the other Hulk forms, allowing him to plan and execute his goals with precision. Unlike other villains, Devil Hulk's motivations are deeply tied to Bruce's trauma. He was created as a protective father figure in Bruce's mind, meant to shield him from pain. However, Bruce's belief that love comes from suffering twisted Devil Hulk into something darker. While he despises humanity, he also has moments of strange compassion, especially toward children who have suffered abuse. This complexity makes him one of the most fascinating and terrifying aspects of Bruce Banner's fractured mind. Zombie Hulk. In an alternate Marvel universe called Earth 2149, a deadly virus spread across the planet, turning superheroes into flesh-eating zombies. Among those infected is Bruce Banner, also known as the Hulk. Before the infection, Banner was a brilliant scientist with a tragic past, much like his Earth 616 counterpart. However, once he became a zombie, he lost all morality, becoming a mindless, insatiable monster driven only by hunger. At the beginning of the outbreak, Nick Fury attempts to gather survivors to fight the infection and calls on Bruce Banner to help. However, despite these efforts, Banner is eventually infected. Unlike other versions of the Hulk, who sometimes retain a sense of justice, Zombie Hulk is pure evil, consumed by an endless craving for human flesh. His transformation makes him one of the most dangerous zombies, as his immense strength allows him to overpower nearly anyone in his path. Once fully turned, Hulk joins other zombified superheroes, including Spider-Man, Iron Man, Wolverine, and Giant Man. Together, they attack the Silver Surfer, devouring him and absorbing his power cosmic. With this new ability, Zombie Hulk and the others gain cosmic energy, making them even more powerful. Later, they take down Galactus himself and inherit his abilities, transforming into the terrifying Zombie Galacti. Now able to travel through space, they spread the infection to different planets, devouring entire civilizations, including the Skrulls. As time passes, Zombie Hulk's hunger remains uncontrollable. Unlike the other zombies who eventually lose their cravings for flesh, Hulk continues to rampage. When the undead heroes return to Earth, they discover a colony of human survivors in Wakanda, now called New Wakanda. A battle erupts between the zombies and the last of the uninfected humans. During the chaos, Bruce Banner struggles to resist his monstrous urges, but ultimately transforms into Hulk and goes on a deadly rampage. Realizing that Hulk's hunger will never stop, his former allies, Giant Man, Spider-Man, and Wolverine, decide to put an end to his destruction. After consuming one final victim, Hulk reverts to Bruce Banner. Before he can transform again, he is killed by the remaining zombies. His name is later seen on a tombstone, marking the end of the most terrifying creature in the Marvel Zombies universe. Kluh. Kluh is one of the most dangerous and evil alter egos of the Hulk. Unlike the traditional Hulk, who may be violent but still fights for justice, Kluh is a monster that thrives on destruction. He has black skin, red glowing scars, spiky white hair, and deadly claws, making him a truly terrifying sight. While Hulk is created from Bruce Banner's anger, Kluh is born from Hulk's own suppressed rage, making him an even darker and more powerful being. For many years, Hulk managed to keep Kluh trapped inside his mind. Even during a massive battle like World War Hulk, he fought to suppress Kluh's influence. However, during the Axis storyline, Hulk finally lost control and Kluh emerged. When this evil entity took over, he proved to be far more ruthless and violent than any version of the Hulk before him. Unlike the original Hulk, who smashes things in rage but still has his morality, Kluh takes pleasure in causing pain. He immediately attacked the Avengers, defeating them with little effort. Kluh's strength matches Hulk's, but is combined with deadly abilities that make him even more fearsome. He of course has superhuman strength and incredible healing powers, and is nearly indestructible. Unlike Hulk, Kluh possesses telekinesis and the ability to see astral forms, making him resistant to telepathic attacks. This makes it almost impossible to stop him. His sadistic nature is what makes him truly terrifying, though. He enjoys violence and destruction, and even attempts to eat Nova's arm, showing he really has no boundaries. During the Axis event, even the inverted Avengers, who had their moralities reversed, were afraid of Kluh. His twisted, arrogant, and bloodthirsty personality made him a threat to both heroes and villains alike. He wanted to bathe in the blood of innocents, proving he had no remorse or hesitation when it came to killing. His rampage seemed unstoppable, and it took the combined efforts of powerful heroes to bring him down. Kluh was eventually defeated by a group of heroes, including Scarlet Witch, Dr. Doom, Captain America, and Brother Voodoo. Using their combined magic and power, they managed to erase Kluh and restore Hulk to his original state. With Kluh gone, the world was saved from one of the most dangerous versions of the Hulk to ever exist. Worldbreaker Hulk. The Worldbreaker Hulk is one of the most dangerous and powerful versions of the Hulk. He emerged after the tragic events of Planet Hulk, when the Illuminati sent Bruce Banner into space, thinking they were protecting Earth from his rage. Instead, he landed on the planet Sakaar, where he became a gladiator and later overthrew the evil Red King. He found love, married Kyra, and became the planet's ruler. But when the spaceship that brought him exploded, it killed Kyra and their unborn child. This heartbreaking moment unleashed Hulk's fury like never before. He absorbed the planet's old power, turning him into a living weapon of destruction, the Worldbreaker Hulk. Unlike other versions, Worldbreaker Hulk has unimaginable strength, intelligence, and true control over his rage. His power is so vast that he could destroy planets just by walking. He survived nuclear explosions, tanked Black Bolt's voice, strong enough to destroy mountains, and overpowered Sentry, who has the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns. Even the most powerful heroes, including the Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Doctor Strange, failed to stop him. The Celestials, godlike beings in the Marvel Universe, were even considered weaker than him in certain cases. Worldbreaker Hulk did not just break worlds, he broke heroes. After returning to Earth for revenge, he defeated Black Bolt, destroyed Avengers Tower, and humiliated Iron Man in his most powerful Hulkbuster suit. The military, using adamantium bullets and advanced weapons, was useless against him. He captured and forced the Illuminati into gladiator battles, making them suffer as he did on Sakaar. Even Doctor Strange, empowered by the ancient demon Zom, couldn't stop him. What makes Worldbreaker Hulk truly terrifying is not just his strength, but his control. Unlike the Savage, he thinks, strategizes, and knows exactly how to cause the most destruction. His old power allows him to absorb and release massive amounts of energy, wiping out entire cities. Even Namor, one of Marvel's strongest, admitted that nothing on Earth could stop him. Worldbreaker Hulk is not just the strongest Hulk, he might be the strongest character in Marvel history. His battles have shaken universes, and his wrath has humbled even the most powerful heroes. When he loses control, there's no force in existence that can stand in his way. Tyrannus Hulk. Romulus Augustulus, the last emperor of Rome, was just a child when he took the throne in 475 AD. He was seen as weak and unfit to rule, a mere puppet controlled by others. In just a year, his empire fell when the Germanic king Odoacer defeated his forces, marking the beginning of the Dark Ages. However, Romulus was not killed. Instead, he was exiled. This was only the beginning of his dark journey. Over time, he found new power and transformed into a figure of evil known as Tyrannus. After his exile, Romulus encountered the Olympian god Pluto, who gave him immense power. With his dark gift, he set out to conquer Camelot, seeking to overthrow King Arthur, but Merlin and his champion, the Black Knight, stopped him. As punishment, Merlin banished him beneath the earth into Subterranea. Trapped underground, Romulus discovered ancient deviant technology, which he used to launch attacks on the surface world. It was there that he also found the Fountain of Youth, granting him immortality as long as he remained close to its waters. Throughout history, Tyrannus repeatedly tried to conquer the world, each time showing his ruthless and evil nature. In 1862, he led an army of tyrannoids to attack during the American Civil War. In modern times, he kidnapped Betty Ross to control her father, General Ross, and clashed with the Hulk. Tyrannus even stole the body of Abomination, but soon regretted his monstrous appearance. He was a master manipulator, using science, sorcery, and deception to achieve his goals. Despite many failures, Tyrannus never gave up on his quest for power. He joined forces with dangerous allies like the Viper, and even served the elder god Set. At one point, he tried to replace Set himself, but failed. He also attempted to gain control over the powerful sacred flame of life, but was once again defeated. When his youth began to fade, he became desperate, leading to even more reckless actions. His final downfall came when his own tyrannoids turned against him. For years he had ruled them with cruelty, and in the end, they punished him by transforming him into one of them and locked him away. Though he has escaped death many times, his evil nature has always led to his defeat. Guilt Hulk. The Guilt Hulk is one of the more terrifying alter egos of Bruce Banner, born from his deepest guilt, regret, and trauma. Unlike the other Hulk personalities, this creature does not simply represent anger or strength. It is a monstrous embodiment of Bruce's suffering. It remained hidden within his mind for years, waiting for the right moment to take control. This dark entity first emerged when Doc Samson tried to heal Bruce's fractured mind through hypnosis. While exploring Bruce's subconscious, Samson discovered the Guilt Hulk tormenting Bruce by forcing him to relive painful memories of his abusive father. At first, the Guilt Hulk took the form of Brian Banner, representing the fear and suffering Bruce experienced as a child. But as Bruce's guilt grew stronger, so did the Guilt Hulk. It no longer needed to take another form. It became its own monstrous being. The Guilt Hulk's true power was unleashed after the death of Betty Ross, the love of Bruce's life. With Bruce consumed by sorrow, the creature gained even more strength, overpowering his other personalities. It brutally attacked Professor Hulk and Joe Fixit, proving that it was stronger than them both. In this state, the Guilt Hulk nearly took full control of Bruce's mind, threatening to destroy what little sanity he had left. It was only through the combined efforts of the Savage Hulk and Bruce's own willpower that the creature was finally subdued. Unlike the traditional Hulk, the Guilt Hulk does not exist in the physical world. It only resides within Bruce's subconscious. However, in Bruce's mind, it appears as a gigantic monster, covered in claws and spikes, standing over 20 meters tall. It is the largest of all Hulk personalities and possesses terrifying abilities, including superhuman strength and fire breath. Even though the Guild Hulk has been locked away, it remains a lurking threat. It resurfaced when Bruce suffered from ALS, feeding on his regrets and shame. It is one of the most powerful manifestations of Bruce's mind, proving that sometimes his greatest enemy is not the world around him, but the darkness within. Null, Breaker of Worlds. Null, the Breaker of Worlds, is one of the most powerful and destructive beings in Marvel Comics. He's not a separate creature, but rather a dark transformation of the Hulk. Created when Bruce Banner touches a mystical hammer, this hammer was one of many forged by Kull the Serpent, and was meant to turn warriors into unstoppable enforcers, known as the Worthy. When these hammers fell to Earth, they sought out powerful individuals who could wield them, and the Hammer of Null chose the Hulk as its host. The moment Hulk touched the hammer, he lost control of himself and became Null, a being of pure destruction. His first action was to attack the Red She-Hulk, chasing her through a nearby village. No longer acting as Bruce Banner or even as the usual Hulk, Null was driven by the hammer's dark magic and a thirst for chaos. Soon he was summoned to New York to assist Angrir, another warrior of the Serpent, in battling Thor. However, the God of Thunder blasted Null across the world, sending him crashing into the Vampire Nation. There, Null continued his rampage, destroying everything in his path without care for who or what stood against him. Null's terrifying power made him one of the most dangerous beings in the Marvel Universe. With a hammer in his grasp, he could create massive destruction just by touching the ground. He also gained the ability to fly and unleash powerful energy attacks, making him nearly unstoppable. Unlike the regular Hulk, who often struggles between rage and a sense of morality, Null had no limits. His only purpose was to destroy. In the end, Hulk's own wild nature and outside interference helped him fight back against Null's influence. With great effort, he crushed the hammer with his bare hands, freeing himself from its control. However, this did not fully destroy Null. Instead, the dark entity broke free and later became a threat to the Defenders. Though no longer bonded to the Hulk, Null remains a dangerous force, proving that some evils are not so easily defeated. And those are the most notable evil Hulks. If you enjoyed this breakdown of his wildest forms, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more awesome Marvel content. See you in the next video.